Health in the Real World podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're talking about the desire for fitness. How do you achieve the desire for fitness? We're interviewing Stephenie Rose today. Thank you for joining us.
It's the Health in the Real World podcast. It's time to start the show with Janke as your host. Here to give you everything that you need when it comes to fitness strategies. We keep it simple and easy. It's your roadmap to get healthy. You don't need equipment and you don't need a gym. Just the right strategies to get you fit and trim.
Health in the Real World podcast brought to you by My Core Balance. Join our online program, mycorebalance.com. Enter promo code podcast. Here we go with the podcast. Stephenie Rose.
Hey, y'all.
Good afternoon, Stephenie. How you doing?
I'm good. Really good, actually.
Good.
Yeah.
So we have a little bit of a short podcast today, so we can get right into it. And then I have a few questions, and anything that leads us on a tangent. Tangents are always good, so we can see where it goes.
Okay.
What do you think? Actually, let me set this up a little bit. Take away all equipment. Take away weights. Take away any cardio equipment, anything. What do you think is the most valuable thing somebody needs to get fit and healthy as far as mindset?
Well, the want. That's the first thing. I mean, you got to want it, right? So, a clarity, and then defining what your discipline, what that looks like for you, and in this time right now with people, it's really difficult for a lot of people to get that momentum going. So, keeping it simple and just moving the body to show them. Just lace up and get in front of me or in front of the camera, and with your own body we can make you feel better, even if it's for this moment, for this day. So mindset, I think it's mindset, because if you can't do that, the body can do anything. It's the mind you got to convince, right? So I think that's the first thing, is stop making excuses.
What's the thing you always say? Lace up, show up.
Lace up, show up, and I got you. Or come all the way in, sit all the way down, and shut all the way up. No, I'm just kidding. No, but lace up.
She's only half kidding, people.
Yeah. They just got to lace up and show up, and we've got them. Yeah. That's my tag. I mean,
I love how you said that. The want. It's a little 4-letter word, want, and I remember. I've gone through a couple periods of this. When I was a kid, I was very fit, healthy, played sports, went through, college and all that, freshman 15, drinking beer, all that stuff. And then I remember maybe a couple years after that, I didn't want to get fit, healthy. I didn't want to work out, but I wanted to want it.
Right.
So I'm like, gosh, I really want to get that desire back, because I had none. I had no desire. And I think a lot of people are there right now. What are your tricks? Not tricks, but like, what do you tell yourself? What's the mind pep talk that you give yourself or your clients or anybody who you're talking to about this?
Well, I really think that if we can just, I'm trying to remind people that are super overwhelmed with what's going on right now in our world, that we have today, right? And the choices that I make today, even if it's hour by hour, I can make a good choice or a bad choice. But that I'm going to also remember that night, did I make a good choice or a bad choice when it came to my body, my health, what I put in my face today, in my body, in my face. So honestly, I think that if they don't, and me as well, if you don't become overwhelmed with I have to, it's the, I get to do this today. I'm going to reward this body today, because it's the one thing that I can control right now with what's going on in the rest of my life, or what's going on in the world or whatever. So keeping it simple and reminding yourself that you're allowed to take that 30 minutes or an hour, and what it's going to do for your mind, body, and spirit, just that little bit of time that you allow yourself to give to yourself is more rewarding than they can imagine. It's just a matter of putting one foot in front of the other. Lace those shoes up, show up. So keeping it simple, I believe, is the thing right now. And taking it, like I say, sometimes it's day by day, and a lot of times it's hour by hour. I mean, you got clients that'll at 8 o'clock in the morning, they could be wanting to pick up their phone and text you and say, I'm just not going to show up. Those are the people that the high fives and the dude, you did it today.
Yeah.
You rocked today already. Right. So that feeling of satisfaction for myself too, taking the extra effort to go and lift or go to my garage and do what I need to do, in my little gym or whatever, going for that 30-minute walk where you think I can't put one foot in front of the other and you just keep going. You
just do it one step at a time. I like that. And, I've watched you with your clients working out, and I do this myself as well. I think, especially you have a reputation among your clients. It's like a joke, and people know that, you're going to kick their butt. Like I heard about your birthday workout last week.
Oh no. Oh no.
So there's like that, there's that on one hand, but there's also, you'll go on a walk with a client. If they come in and they're like, I'm hurting, I'm stressing, I don't feel like being here. I'm looking at your face and I don't like you right now because I know you're going to kick my butt. And then you go, okay, let's just go on a walk. It's just, I think it's really important that you mentioned that. It's just doing something. It's just keeping it simple, keeping it small, right?
Yeah. They may not need to lift a weight. What they need to lift is to lift their spirit. And I'm there for that too. You're there for that too. It could be, I had clients today for a full hour. All they wanted to do was stretch. You know what? I'm here for whatever it is you need. So, and I hope people show up for themselves for whatever it is that they need. But it's a matter of that accountability. I think it's super important to have you, to have me, having someone that you're accountable to is very important during this time. Yeah. For those people that don't have that, okay, I'm going to get up and do this. This is my, blah, blah, this is what I'm doing. I think it's super important to have an accountability partner, whatever it may or may not be, your trainer, your whatever.
And I think it's important to remember too, it doesn't have to be necessarily all fitness based, right? Like you said, to lift up your spirits. And I know you have a similar morning routine to what I have. I don't have to wake up till 6:30, but I wake up at 5 and I make sure I get myself up in my own ways. Positive self-talk, music, moving around, doing some light stretches, things like that. And I think that is the thing that can compound on itself. And even somebody who, let's say, is like 50 to 100 pounds overweight, who has zero desire to move, and when they do move, it maybe hurts.
Yeah.
But then you kind of go with some, just establish those daily habits, and then pretty soon they're like, I actually feel like running, or I feel like doing this. I feel like lifting weights, or I feel like doing whatever. I think it just builds.
The true story. A lot of people know and some don't that I lost 84 pounds 20 years ago. I just turned 53. And when I turned 33, I made a decision that I needed to actually save my life because I was so heavy. And you're exactly right. Just the making the change in my brain. Okay, I'm ready for this. I have to do this to be here for my kid was my whole thing. And then as the momentum started happening, it was like the reward is so fantastic mentally when you see yourself succeeding for yourself, and that's the other thing is a lot of people need to remember health and being healthy in the mind. You have to do that stuff for yourself, not for someone else. So that's kind of a key factor I call it hit the wall. When you're there, when you're ready, I know it when someone's ready. You know it when someone's ready. So, and then if they're not all the way, we're pretty good at helping them shift their mental state into this is where you need to be. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So
and I think it's key too, for people who are watching this who are not ready, where they're like, I know I need to get fit. It's not a super huge priority. I think that's an okay place to be. It's not bad. But I think the important thing is to find something that you enjoy doing while you're in that state, right? Like
100%.
if you're ready, like if I'm like, all right, I'm ready to get down to 5% body fat. Like I will let anybody do anything to me. You'd be like, you tell me whatever workout to do, I will do it. I will eat.
I did it to you.
You did it to and yes, you earn your reputation. I will eat nails if eating nails will give me the results. But if you're not in that place, I think it's really important, like you said, going for the walk or if you like playing soccer, you know, whatever it is that's really fun. So I think that's a good distinction. People who are there, like, I got it, I'm tunnel vision, I'm focused. And people who are like, I want to incorporate health in my daily life, and I don't want to necessarily like, blah.
Yeah, that's one reason why I wanted to become a health coach, because, you know, that I knew that, well, my prime directive was personal trainer, get people transformed. That was my prime directive.
Yes.
But I'm also so much of a, you know, empathetic, and also pretty well versed in supplements and all of that. And I wanted to advance that side of my tool chest, if you will. And so that's one of the great things that I'm going to say came from being a health coach, is allowing myself to stop with the, you know, the Lucifer, you are, you know, kick-ass training, and realize that, and recognize that sometimes all people need is health coaching, mind, body, spirit, right? So sometimes if they start there, they'll hire me as a health coach to help them with whatever could be ailing them or going on at that time, mentally, whatever. It usually transforms into, I want to move my body now. My body wants to follow where my mind is going. That's the magic, right? That's where I tell people, if you heal the inside, the outside's like frosting. It just happens. So, I mean, that's just the way it goes. Once I decided I wanted to heal me inside, the rest of it just came, and it wasn't hard work. I mean, it was hard work, don't get me wrong, but it just came and I wanted it.
Yeah.
So it was fluid.
It's hard work, but it's doable because you're ready for it up here. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's a good way to end it. And Steph, also tell people, if they do want to work with you, health coaching or personal training, how can they get in contact?
Oh, so my website's almost ready to launch, which is stephenierose.com, and it's with an E. Yes, I'm so excited. So y'all can go there, and actually it's up, and you can send your contact information. It's just not all the way. You're not going to see all my pop yet, but it's Stephenie with an E, rose.com. Or you can get me on Facebook. You can do my email, srextreme@live.com. Or you can text me anytime, 408-221-0841. I answer text messages, and everyone's important to me.
Thanks for listening to the Health in the Real World show. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below. Visit mycorebalance.com to learn more.